A shadow now looms over Turkey's most ambitious defense project, the KAAN, fifth-generation fighter jet. What was once hailed as Ankara's leap into the elite club of stealth aviation now faces a potentially crippling obstacle. At the heart of the storm is not the fuselage, nor the radar, nor the avionics. It is the very engine that gives life to the KAAN, the F110 GE, now entangled in the politics of Washington. According to Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan, as reported by outlets including Ekathimerini and Daily Sabah, the export license for the F110 engine is currently stuck in the U.S. Congress. This bureaucratic freeze is not a minor technicality, it strikes at the lifeline of KAAN's development. All the sources referenced in this narrative can be checked in the description. The KAAN is Turkey's flagship project to produce a domestically built fifth-generation fighter designed to replace aging F-16s and reduce reliance on foreign suppliers. It is envisioned as a stealth, twin-engine platform with AESA radar, advanced avionics, internal weapons bays, and network-centric warfare capability. But like every fighter in its class, the KAAN is only as strong as its engines. For its prototypes and initial production batches, Turkey selected the GE F110 GE129, the same engine family powering F-16s and F-15s. Each engine produces nearly 29,000 pounds of thrust. Together, they provide the KAAN with about 58,000 pounds of thrust, enough for long endurance, heavy payloads, and limited super cruise capability. As noted by Defense News and Aviation Week, the F-110 is considered the critical enabler for KAAN's early Block 10 aircraft. And therein lies the problem. Without congressional approval, these engines cannot be exported, co-produced, or integrated in the numbers Turkey needs. Turkey's domestic alternative, the TS-35,000 engine, remains in development. Defense Breaking reports that a mature local power plant is unlikely before 2032, leaving nearly a decade-long gap. If Congress refuses to move, the immediate consequence will be delay. Flight tests may plateau as prototype stockpiles run out. Certification milestones will slip, pushing mass production further into the future. As Aviation Week notes, the Turkish Air Force may have to keep its older F-16s flying far longer than planned. Financial strain is inevitable. Delays in securing engines increase costs. Idle production lines, extended testing schedules, redesigned for alternative engines, and ballooning maintenance of legacy fleets. Geopolitically, the blockade shows Washington's willingness to use defense exports as leverage. Congress holds veto power over sensitive technologies, and withholding the F-110 reflects not only technical caution, but political mistrust. Relations between the U.S. and Turkey have been strained for years, especially after Turkey's purchase of Russia's S-400 air defense system, which triggered CAATSA sanctions, and Turkey's removal from the F-35 program. Now, the KAAN, intended as Turkey's F-35 alternative, faces a choke point not in Ankara, but in Washington. History shows this pattern. Export controls have long been tools of foreign policy. France once blocked Mirage spare parts for Israel. The U.S. withheld engine sales to India in the 1990s. Today, it is Turkey's KAAN caught in the same crucible. Could Turkey turn elsewhere? Engines from Russia or China are possibilities. But as Defense News points out, such a shift risks NATO interoperability and would erode alliance trust. Integrating a foreign engine would require redesigning intakes, rewriting flight software, and requalifying systems, a process that could add years to the timeline. Meanwhile, KAAN remains vulnerable. Every flying prototype depends on imported F-110s, but supplies are limited. Without new deliveries, test flights will stagnate, leaving the aircraft in developmental limbo. The ripple effects are global. In the Mediterranean, rivals like Greece, already operating Rafales and set to receive F-35s, could widen their technological edge. In the Middle East, Israel, dominant with its F-35 fleet, would see its aerial supremacy remain uncontested. For NATO, the blockade exposes internal fractures. one ally's flagship project throttled by another ally's legislature. And beyond Turkey, there are buyers. Reuters and the Associated Press reported in July 2025 that Indonesia signed the contract for 48 KAAN fighters, marking the jet's first export deal. If delays persist, deliveries to Jakarta could be pushed back. For Indonesia, it is frustrating but manageable, but it proves a sobering point: even customers can be hostage to congressional politics thousands of miles away. Analysts suggest that Congress's hesitation is not just about engines, it's symbolic, a warning that NATO descent has consequences. By blocking the F-110, lawmakers remind Turkey, even if you build the jet, the West still controls the engine. History suggests resilience is possible. When France blocked Mirage support, Israel built the Kafir. When the US denied India engine technology, New Delhi doubled down on indigenous programs. Turkey may do the same, accelerating TS-35,000 at all costs. But as defense breaking warns, premature engines risk failure, poor reliability, and soaring maintenance costs grounding fleets rather than empowering them. For now, KAAN stands at a crossroads. Its airframe is flying, its systems are maturing, but its fate rests in Washington. If Congress approves, KAAN could enter production in the late 2020s, restoring Turkey's air power balance. If it does not, KAAN could remain trapped in limbo, a symbol of ambition restrained by politics. For America, too, the choice matters. Blocking engines may project strength, but it risks pushing Turkey closer to Moscow or Beijing, weakening NATO cohesion. The KAAN story is no longer just about thrust ratios or stealth coatings. It's about power, trust, and the politics of technology. Will KAAN soar as a symbol of independence or remain earthbound, hostage to legislative maneuvering in Washington? All sources for this narrative, including Reuters, Associated Press, Defense News, Aviation Week, Breaking Defense, Daily Sabah, and Ekathimerini, can be checked directly in the description. Thank you for watching. If you want to follow more in-depth analysis of global defense, technology, and geopolitics, make sure to subscribe and enable notifications.